don't know if you guys have noticed, but Void's been awful quiet the past few episodes. Void has been totally missing. Gone missing. We've put up posters for Gone Missing for Void. Today we're going to try encourage them to come back. Today we begin the end of the series, and now I know exactly how we're going to be doing this. Jezebel, Harry, and Amelia are going to be leaving the planet, and we're going to be destroying Void along with it. Welcome to Randy's Revenge, episode 19, and yes, we are going to be working on our end game. Now, this might work, this might not work. I've never actually tried to do 2 end games at the exact same time, and nor have I ever seen it be pulled off. So the plan is going to be, we're going to be doing the vanilla traditional way of ending the game. We're going to be leaving, creating the ship, and defending for 15 days. And we are going to be using Yayo's endgame with the planet energy teleporter, and we're going to blow up the planet all at the same time. Now, there will be a lot of caveats to this. There's going to be a lot of things that we need to bear in mind here. For example, if I do the planet exploding bit before we try to leave the planet, then the planet will explode before we leave the planet, and that doesn't sound like something that I really want to be doing. So we need to do things in the right order and get this done correctly. So the first things we need to be doing is Benito's going to be back on research permanently. He's not going to be able to leave this. I'm going to get all the research done probably this episode. Honestly, I've looked at the research tree and we still do have an awful lot to do, but honestly, for Benito, that's for 5 minutes, you know, quick and easy job for him, honestly. The next thing we need to do with that, obviously, as well, is get more resources and more materials, and we need to set up the base in order to facilitate for this. Now, I have the superpower room here, but I can just quite easily cut this in half, and I can put the planet energy transporter in here and get that done. But the ship, we're going to need to build a completely separate compound for. So if you enjoy any of today's episode, are excited to see a return to build base, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Now, another thing I will be doing is allowing Merv to continue in the mine. The billion wealth is still on the cards as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, I'm sure he can probably do it, honestly. He's doing a pretty good job at it. So the next job we'll have to do is build a little area for the ship. Now, I think we're going to do this side of the base here, just here, because we've got this side is opened out over here. Let's do this side over here, make things quote-unquote symmetrical. Yes, this is the most symmetrical base you've ever seen. At the moment, we don't particularly have access to many strong walls. The strongest wall that we can currently build is a uranium armored wall with 2,000 hit points, which is massive, don't get me wrong, but with the speed that Void does things, I honestly don't think that's enough. So with that in mind, we're going to just sort of wait till the research gets done and then get something better, hopefully. Now, we do have a slight issue in which I thought at the beginning of this episode the lifters and things would get on and actually haul the objects out of this quarry, but they're not. It's not that I don't want Merv to continue, but I think the game is going to end up slowing down and dying to the point where we won't be able to do any more mining. So Merv, I know you enjoy your job. I know you're very good at it, but we are going to temporarily ask you to do some drilling before you do quarrying, just so we can just get some of these things hauled, because at the moment it's a little bit of a mess. And just as a testament to Merv's mining skill, something that we haven't particularly looked at for quite a while, we need to bear in mind that his mining is at 20 with a double passion, and his drilling expertise is at 10 with a, so that gives him a deep drilling speed plus 55%. Now, the game is in pause at the moment. I'm going to unpause it, and we're in 1x speed. This is how fast Merv drills, and that's it. We're in 1x speed. We're going 24 FPS, 40, 50 ticks a second. It's ridiculous. This is probably why the lifters can't keep up with the quarry. Jesus, I don't think I will ever witness a colonist as just powerful as Merv. I will, in my existence, will never see this again. Now, finally, remembered as well to give Benito his chainsaw. We now have Benito, the demon with chainsaw hands, with a chainsaw. The chainsaw hands man has a chainsaw to use as a chainsaw abilities. Chainsaw, chainsaw, chainsaw. Probably not the best weapon to give him, really, but he just looks so cool with a chainsaw, you know. I made a decision as well, whilst storage is becoming a small issue, to expand the storage room down here, being very careful to avoid Beach's child, who still hasn't been given birth to yet. It's been so long. So long. So as an update on Merv's deep drill, he hasn't moved from it yet. Just to bear this in mind with you guys, hasn't moved. He's nearly exhausted an entire resource of plasteel that was about 6 tiles big. I got no words. I've got no words. There is currently 4,000 plasteel just underneath Merv. What? It's just ridiculous. Once again, I think it is time that we give Tuna, who is now a very cool and swagger Void member, a brand new side trainer. We've probably got quite a few in storage now that Merv's been going wild. Yeah, there's a 1,800. Jesus Christ. Let's see what we can give him. Yeah, we have a lot of side trainers. 1,310 to be precise. And out of all of them, there's a lot that I'm very interested in. A lot of them that I think is very good. But for Tuna, who already has the ability to call down the power of God himself, I just... Everything I'm looking at is just like, oh, that I could do. That'll be handy. That'll be good. I think we're going to go for something that is probably quite interesting. Something that I think is good for us and would definitely do a lot of damage. It's going to be a meteor shower. You know, I feel like a meteor shower is very on brand, potentially. And who doesn't like a meteor shower at the end of the day? They're beautiful, they're pretty, and they'll probably kill someone quite easily. I guess let's bring Tuna outside and let's see what a meteor shower does then. Let's see what a meteor shower does. It's quite self-explanatory. So let's target this lovely, stylish alpaca wool tribal wear and see what it does. Not too much, actually. That wasn't nearly as powerful as I thought, Tuna, and for some reason you're celebrating. And we have an orbital trader that is passing over. Perfect. We might actually be able to get rid of some of the stuff that we have been stockpiling. So let's see what these guys have got. They have some bear man. Give hickories a friend. Maybe, maybe not. Looks like they buy and sell pretty much everything that we've got once again. So I'm going to go through everything and see what sort of deal we can make. So before we go any further with this trade deal, I'm going to just make you guys aware that I am buying 216,000 worth of silver from these guys. And I haven't even begun starting to sell them things. To clear out enough, I think, to break even, get rid of the things that are taking up a lot of space and that aren't really worth anything. And then we'll go from there. And going through the things that we can sell to the lovely, lovely traders, it turns out we have something called a youth serum, which apparently just makes people young again. In another side quest that we seem to have over all these series, I'm going to see if I can give Jezebel a few of these and make her fertile again. I've got nothing else. I've got nothing to lose, really. I have 30 of them. We could make her literally into a sperm again, which is fantastic. Okay, so I've gone through with this, and I'm only about halfway through, as you can see by the bar here. And we're already gaining 660,000 silver from these people, despite the trade deal initially being worth more than 215,000 for them. So this trade deal in total is costing me around 800,000 silver in wealth, and these poor traders only have 21,000 silver. It's alright. It's okay. It's you guys' lucky day. The main aim of that was to clear out the stockpile a little bit, and we have done that. Look at how much space we've got here all of a sudden. I'm sure my trade stockpile is going to be so much happier. There's a lot of things that I didn't get to sell ultimately, but oh, it's so much cleaner, isn't it? It's brilliant. So here we have the youth serum that I was going to give to Jezebel as well. How many youth serums does it take to make a vampire young again? So at the moment, she is a bright old age of 88. 88? I thought she was in her 90s. Oh, hold on a second. What? She's now 34. And has a fertility of 86%. Merv has a fertility of 0, but if we give Merv a youth serum, so he goes from the age of 95 to the age of 30. And he's no longer frail anymore, and has a fertility of 100%. So Jezebel, after all these years and years, can have a child. Do we have time to fit in this? Do we have time to fit in a child? Yes. Whether we like it or not, they are having a child. Now, I've queued up the Planet Energy teleporter, and unfortunately, we couldn't build it inside. You know, kind of annoying. But I have been able to queue it up outside, and we do have all of the things to make it. We have the steel, we have the plastic, we have the uranium. We do actually have the Planet Energy core as well, because, well, it turns out we have 59 of them. Oh, quarry is love, quarry is life. Love it. So I have queued that one up already. Unfortunately, despite research being absolutely blitzed through by the world's smartest man, we haven't actually been able to build any other of the ship components yet. So we're just waiting for that at the moment, and I have decided to build the walls initially out of this uranium armored wall, because that's what we have that's the most strong at the moment. But hopefully we should be able to get something else, potentially. But it's a growth moment for Wolf at the exact same time, which is very interesting. She has reached the biological age of 10, which is very nice. And she can now become ignorant. That's all. Can we have to select ignorant? I think we do. Perfect. So we now have an ignorant female 10-year-old that's depressed, psychically dull, likes to get into fights. Fucking hell, Jesus. Well, that's just the most awful set of stats for a colonist. Blimey. And we are now working on the planet energy teleporter. I haven't actually still got any of the things to build any of the spaceship yet. It's luck of the draw, really. Semi-random research is absolutely dicking me down here, really. And making me really unlucky. So, just to show how powerful we currently are, and how I think we are as somewhat of a match for Void. This planet energy teleporter has 1,269 work left on construction. That's quite difficult. Jezebel, you know, she has a cool 19 in construction. Fair enough. If I just press on 1x speed, it's gonna be done any second now. It's such a large amount of work that's being done so quickly. It's ridiculous. Like, we should be powerful enough to take on Void, you know? And there it is. The planet energy teleporter. Look at it in all its beauty. The purple light going up into the sky as well. It's beautiful. Now, I can just start the ship. I can do it. But, obviously, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to build the other one first before we activate it. Ooh. About launching the ship. That means, all of a sudden, we've actually been able to make the starship stuff. Yes, we can start. We can make the ship a structural beam. Oh, yes. This is perfect. I guess I'll build the starship down here. I don't know what they're meant to look like. I've never done this before. Oh, this is exciting. This is so exciting. And we're already getting starship sensors as well. This is perfect. And there's the starship reactor as the next research as well. This is perfect. I might be able to build the entire spaceship before we end today. Nice. And Merv has finally used up all of our available deep drills. A small issue that we've got with Merv and everyone else being so good at using the deep drills is we finish them. I unforbid them so we can move them, and then they don't move them. So we've been going around collectively mining up hundreds of extra bits of granite chunks and everything everywhere because people just aren't doing anything very quickly. So I've actually put a temporary stop on all deep drilling. For example, we currently have 50,000 steel on the map because I just don't need it at the moment, you know. The only issue we now have is plasteel. Plasteel is the only one thing holding us back. Our bullet storm that we have been very quietly on the side reinforcing is now up to 5 damage. 5 damage doesn't sound like a lot, but for a weapon that was originally at 3 damage and shoots non-stop, it's a lot. It is a massive upgrade. So much so even, I think I'm just going to take it out because that is massive. And in terms of Riku's Void Sword, that is currently at a DPS, a melee damage per second of 16.76 and a melee armor penetration rate of 152%. Honestly, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, it requires plasteel to reinforce, and we just don't have a lot of that resource at the moment, so that's going to come out as well, and it's going to go back to Riku. Instead, now, I think we can move on and do Benito's Chainsaw. Benito's Chainsaw will probably be one of the last weapons we actually reinforce, and it's one of the ones I'm most excited for, because all it takes is steel, chem fuel, and components. All things that we have so much of. And of a melee damage per second, I'm already at 15.65. Holy moly. Void won't even know what's coming. And we have now finally reached the next technology level, and we have become Spacer Tech. Who would have thought it that we were Spacer Tech, eh? I mean, we were pretty much Spacer Tech from the very beginning of the series with that quarry. But hey, it's nice to see it get some recognition. Oh! Again! Nice! We're now another Spacer Tech level. Cool. Ooh. And Zubieta has hatched from her sapling. Hello, Zubieta. Baby Zubieta's already with a red lipstick on as well. Our newborn baby Garankin. Welcome to this world. And you are Beach's mother, the daughter of Harry. Wow, we have a lot of female children, don't we? Fair enough. Wow, well, we have another child in our midst. Another child that will never see the light of day. Oh, unlucky child. You'll be going into the growth vats, and there you will stay. Okay, and I think that is all we have time for today, unfortunately. Now, we only have one research left, from what I understand, in order to build the spaceship. And then we are simply soft-locked by resources. And that's very easy to solve. I'll just build another ground-penetrating scanner, and we'll get some plasteel and Merville mine at the plasteel instantly. We are so close now to starting off the end of this series. I'm so excited to see what Void throws against us. I think there's definitely a bug within the mod pack somewhere, because Void, nobody has raided us for so long. There's definitely an issue. I mean, we are at currently, is that 116 million? Yes, it is. That is, is that, I have no idea what number that is, but it's several million in wealth. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's 120 million, that is, in wealth. Perfect. Well, and yeah, we haven't been raided despite our wealth level, so hopefully, once we activate these two things, we will get double the raids, double the excitement, double the risk, double the reward. You know how it is. So the plan for next episode will be to start these two things here, and I'm going to get everybody equipped with bionics and everything. I've been stockpiling up loads of medicine as well, so we can get everybody equipped with medicine, not to mention all of the bionics as well. If you have enjoyed today's episode and are excited to see all the fantastic things that we can research, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.